Okay, so we have some extra information here. I just want to speculate a little bit more on standby skills with Global during the Golden Week celebration that we're going to be getting next week. I guess just to break down, we know the celebration starts on the 27th. This is in Pacific time. So we're going to likely have the units drop that night, 27th, maybe early in the 28th, right? Depends on the time they choose. It's weird a little with global celebrations, right? So we likely are going to get the details like around the 25th, the 24th, give or take, right? Maybe they reveal it early in the 23rd, right? Because the producer's letter was on the 16th or something like a few days ago. So that would make a lot of sense there. Now, talking about just this standby stuff here, well, I guess also at that point we'll know who the characters 100% are, but we're pretty sure we know who it is, right? What happens is we got this new, like, text in here in Global. This is the only translated standby text so far, basically, in terms of, like, you know, the actual effect that pops up like this. This character cannot perform a super attack, right? So if you're aware, this is essentially what does pop up when the Goku and Vegeta like standby portion of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta happens, right? This is the JP equivalent, right? And here's the kanji right there. Of course, it does basically mean the same thing. This character cannot perform a super attack. It's a general purpose writing asset in the game. The text that appears when the units don't attack while on standby is stored in the database. And then he further clarifies here, TLDR, the actual text is not there. But the fact that they added this translated asset means one of the Golden Week units is very likely going to be going into standby and can't attack. Now, of course, we have seen this previously with two 8th anniversary units here. We've seen Goku and Vegeta, right? This is the standby from the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta here. What happens is you want to, again, do these 4 attacks, and then you're able to switch to the standby for the 5 turns. Then, you know, you get key spheres with all your characters, you build up the, you know, finish attacks and stuff like that, right? And then on top of that, we see they don't actually super attack. Same with the Majin Vegeta here, he does not actually super attack. The actual attack that they do is the finish attack skill that you get, again, per, you know, charge counter accumulated, you can get one of the 2 different effects. So that's essentially what we should be expecting. And again, finish skills could be 2 different attacks, because we can see this is the Majin Vegeta one, and then this is the Majin Buu one. So there is not really a difference there, gotta keep that in mind. But well, I guess there is a difference there actually, but there's not really a difference here with this different spirit bombs because they're the same attack, if that makes sense, right? But yeah, anyways, continuing from there, essentially these units are like kind of defensive tank units, and that's kind of what the idea of it behind the, you know, finish skill is. But I do want to say it doesn't necessarily 100% always have to be that way. There'll likely be defensive take units, right? No matter what. But like the moment from the series doesn't have to be a moment where the character is like, you know, really tanking. Like, you know, Majin Vegeta in this situation wasn't really like, you know, tanking or fighting, right? He just kind of blew up the arena, right? That's pretty much what that is. So from there, I think there are a couple of options we can see. Now, we're very confident that the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi is going to be the theme for the upcoming Golden Week celebration. But I do want to bring up that that is not 100%. We are not, like, confirmed to get that. Though I do think it's, like, you know, 90% possible. It is still likely to get this guy. And, okay, whoa, I just need to sneeze for some reason. Hold up. My bad, I just sneezed right there, like... Okay, but... essentially talking about this scene here, he does the tri-beam cannon. The standby skill could be him charging up the tri-beam cannon, and then he ends up doing the tri-beam. And I think that could be a very, very realistic standby skill we see, where Tien is just charging up this specific attack here, and then he does a lot of damage. Maybe it could be like guaranteed crit or something like that. And then maybe it could be, we can get like another weaker version of the tri-beam, right? Maybe we can get that for our future Dokkan Festival TN, right? But I think this could potentially be something if they want to move forward with the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi, which is not impossible based off of the wording. But again, I'm pretty confident that we're going to see the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi. But Who knows, right? One extra thing I do want to bring up is right here. Well, I guess I talked about this yesterday, but I want to bring this up, right? So what happens is during the match with Tien versus Goku, obviously it says right here, Chaozu essentially is told by Shen to use his telekinesis to kind of stop Goku, and that's essentially what happens, right? Goku is kind of like held back down by the telekinesis, and Goku's like, "That's unfair, you're cheating," blah blah blah, and then eventually Tien's like, "What are you doing, bruh?" And then like he like disowns basically the or like kind of half disowns the actual Master Shen school, the turtle, not the turtle school, the crane school, right? And Master Roshi like blasts Master Shen with the Kamehameha because he threatened to kill Chiaotzu, right? But yeah, you guys have to watch OG Dragon Ball, that shit's peak. But this could maybe be a standby skill, right? Where it's like Tien fighting Goku, and then the standby is like Chiaotzu using his telekinesis, and then like maybe it like has nullification in there, like with the actual like the 7th anniversary mechanic, the nullification, right? That could be interesting, right? Stuff like that. So maybe we'll see something like that, but again, I think it's going to be one of these two things. Hyper explosive demon wave, I talked about it enough, other people have talked about it, we've all been talking about it. Piccolo just stands there, charges up the hyper explosive demon wave, and then essentially he does blow up like the whole arena location, right? And you see right here, there's something I guess I do want to talk about right there, but essentially he just blows it up. It does a lot of damage, and what it could be is it could be Piccolo again in a defensive stance where he's not super attacking. Then he does the actual hyper explosive demon wave where he, maybe it could be an AoE even, it could be his finish attack, right? I think that could be a really cool finish attack for sure. Another thing we could see is potentially this right here. So if we take a look here, Goku, oh, well, this is very, very tiny, but Goku right here, this is Goku blocking the hyper explosive demon wave. And Goku actually is able to block it quite well. Again, here's another thing I brought up here about Goku blocking the hyper explosive demon wave. Moccasin Flash, whatever it's called. And then essentially Goku's actually able to block it with taking very little damage, which again could be very similar to this guy is guarding. He has damage reduction, right? So it makes a lot of sense that this unit is actually able to be like a, how do I explain it, like a template for this new Goku that we could potentially see. Then this could be a finished skill, the meteor combination. We need this in game. We didn't need this game. This is like this is peak. This is peak. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember the meteor combination from Budokai Tenkaichi 3, from Raging Blast, and even if you haven't seen the original Dragon Ball series, if you played these games, you know what the meteor combination is. This is where it originated from. Right here, Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball. This fight is so sick. Oh my goodness, so good. You guys have to watch this fight. I have to rewatch this fight myself, but whew, just every time I talk about it, I get excited. But that's pretty much it there. There's not really much else to talk about. Just like, standby stuff, more standby speculation. I do think that these units are basically confirmed to get standbys, but let me know what y'all think, if you're excited for the standby skills or not. I made like kind of like I made one video already talking about it. This is the second video talking about it. I did get this extra idea with the Tien potentially, but it's gonna be Goku versus Ma Junior, man. If it's not Goku versus Ma Junior, that's like a major flop, but maybe they could be LRs in the future, right? Hopefully they're LRs now, but we'll see, right? So let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.